It is the first ever film festival for folks who have disabilities. It is called ReelAbilities. And joining us to talk about it is Norm Monk. He is the CEO of Partnership Resources Incorporated, which is a fabulous nonprofit organizing the festival. And we also have Marissa Bingham here, and she is also an organizer. You're also going to be doing something.
It's the first time we've ever had a film festival with people with disabilities in Minnesota. It's not about the disability community. It's about the whole community.
I think it shows the world that really the only disability in life is a bad attitude, because no one's really different. It's just they're of different abilities.
It's not about the disability or the non-disability. It's about our connection to each other and our relationships.
ReelAbilities is a national program that we were lucky enough to be chosen for and participate in, and to bring the first ever inaugural film festival celebrating people with disabilities ever to the Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
My uncle, Saul Schottenstein, he left a fairly sizable amount of money for a charitable foundation. Somebody said that they were working on a project in New York City, a disability film festival. I said immediately, that's what we need to do, because I believe that through our differences and through the stories of our differences, we find our own common human spirit.
We have never seen an event turn out more new contacts, more donors, more media in a short period of time than the history of Partnership Resources.
Let's talk about what Partnership Resources did to get started as a first-time city running ReelAbilities in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Unless you can dedicate 100% of your time, which almost nobody can do, it's really not easy to put on a film festival.
What we did initially was we contacted other cities that had already hosted ReelAbilities, and they were incredibly helpful. When you're getting started with this, really meet up with the other cities and learn from what they've done, what's worked well and what hasn't.
Film selection was a really important aspect of ReelAbilities. How did you go about that?
A couple things that we did is we went and looked at the other cities, which films that they had run in the past, and just checked in with cities which were the most popular from their audiences. We figured if it resonated in Cincinnati, it would probably resonate pretty well here. We had PRI people involved from the beginning. We actually had some of our participants on the advisory board. They reviewed the films, and so we got their direct feedback from them, which was really, really important. In fact, we had the Glee Club kick off the entire festival. It worked out just great because it got our whole company really involved in all of our families, and that just really, really started off well.
I was a little nervous at first, but it was amazing. When I get a little bit stage fright, but when I see those people, I feed off the energy.
Music has a unique ability to transform all of us. It creates a unique opportunity to express yourself through music, through language, that may not be possible in other parts of your life.
I wanted to see what you thought about the importance of bringing in speakers for the ReelAbilities Film Festival. I know that you had Steve Wampler at the opening of the film festival.
It was huge, and Steve Wampler was a phenomenal person to bring in. His ability to relate to the crowd, to me, he should be required at every ReelAbilities. He's that good.
My film is about my climb up the face of El Capitan, which is in Yosemite National Park. It's agony, defeat, it's defiance, it's inspiration. There were many people that said, oh my God, there is no way that you're gonna make that climb. And I said to them, watch.
And would you advise that the other cities that are starting ReelAbilities film festivals use talkbacks or panel discussions after the films?
That's your opportunity when you pack the house with a great star like Steve to have a great question and answer period, engage the crowd, because that sets the whole tone for the rest of the festival.
My name is Paula Henn, and I've been the volunteer coordinator. It was like a waiting list, wanting to get on, wanting to volunteer, and every time they volunteered, they were really excited about it.
How many additional events did you have around ReelAbilities that weren't part of the films themselves?
We were very cautious because we've been warned by the other cities not to overdo it. But we really knew we wanted at least a couple of things alongside of it. We brought in Danny Woodburn, and he worked with an acting class. We did it at the Guthrie, and we did it for people with and without disabilities.
I was lucky enough to be asked to come out and visit the ReelAbilities Film Festival. Again, I was at the one in New York in 2012. It's very important to me to continue a progression of inclusion for performers with disabilities, and I think the best way to do that is to offer opportunity for performers with disabilities to perform.
He added so much to our entire event. He came and he spoke to a bunch of the clients, and he was a surprise guest at one of the film showings, and it added a lot.
What about marketing materials?
We took the brochure from New York and New Jersey and updated it with our stuff. It saved us a fortune, and people loved it. There's a really good base of marketing materials right at your fingertips that will save you a lot of time and money. We knew we had something because it was different and it was interesting, and the timing is really right across the country for a festival like ReelAbilities. And we really capitalized on that. We got quite a bit of media attention.
We are going to be in a concert which is on December the 1st. I mean, it's going to be a total knockout.
Fabulous.
A lot of times, is there a local connection? So don't be afraid to try some things in your own town because the media loves it. And of course, you get more attention, more buzz in the community.
We had some issues with accessibility. Can you tell the other cities what happened?
We knew that we didn't want to have a ton of venues, and some were quite accessible, but we did have issues. Actually, accessibility became really our number one issue with our main theater, and it was an unfortunate set of circumstances that got us to that point.
The day that they shut the street down, which means that people with disabilities couldn't even get into the films.
We got on the phone and called city council people, and they called someone at the city, and lo and behold, the person that we got a hold of at the city had a niece with autism. They had a sign made for us in about 2 hours and installed. So you just never know how quickly things can happen when people are determined to make things better for people.
I believe it's important to showcase movies featuring people with disabilities to show everyone and the community just the value that they can bring to the community, helping give us inspiration to achieve our goals no matter what kind of roadblocks we may face.
You know, to be honest with you, I went into this knowing nothing, and I feel like I got a master's in how to run a film festival. It was exhausting, and it was also still very beautiful. And we've been asked to help with the national movement because we not only want to help people learn about what to do, but how to celebrate and move on with the future. And I think that's what this whole film is in part about. It's educating others so we can all grow together and learn from our experiences.